Hello everyone, I have set up a big pipeline to complete the orders we have to do, and all we have to do to finish this off is to place down the last two auto crafters to actually craft the Pristine Purifying Balm, as well as the toxic artillery shells. And then I set up two tier 2 lockers here. Now each one of these can hold up to 80 items, which, you know, 80 plus 80 is 160, so that's not 200 yet. But this will be a good test to see how well this is going. I'm not gonna imagine this gonna fill up soon. I also did not expect a message. Okay, they want us to create the packs. I thought they would come in later, but apparently not. So I have everything automated except for the toxic goo. But honestly, we have 8 tier 2 lockers right here, filled to the brim. And then there's random lockers as well as tier 2 lockers all over the planet filled with that stuff, so I'm gonna imagine we should be fine. There we go, our very first toxic artillery shell. So let's place another one down. This one can create the Balm. There we go, our very first one of that, and that one is gone. Seeing as we can create the packs already, what does that cost? Like, it's just... okay, it's 9 of them. That's good. We need to place 25 in the extraction rocket. That is probably what this is going to tell us as well. In order to honor our commercial partnership, please create 25 packs of Pristine Purifying Balm. Place them in the extraction rocket before leaving the planet. In addition to a partial erasure of your criminal record, you will receive 1 year of free EternAstra products. The recipe of creating this item will automatically be unlocked upon the recipient of this message. I kinda wish I knew more about this EternAstra, because I don't know exactly what they're making. I don't even know what this Balm is supposed to do either. Alright, well, that could technically mean now that we can switch these from the regular Balms to the packs. These back ones. I guess we do the same for the artillery shells. And then we would just need to create another auto crafter. But I'm very low on super alloy at the moment, so that's not going to work. So in the meantime, what I was going to do is there's 2 areas for us left to explore. One is the bottom of this main central train hub. We needed some purification fuses for that, which we have. That is also where the last of the toxic goop should be, so that is 40. And then we're done purifying the planet, so that's good. Then there was another location underneath the stone trees in the sewers. I thought a little bit more about the note they left and the item we need. And at first I was kind of confused if it was going to be a bee or a golden butterfly. Mainly because, you know, golden butterfly is special. But the note really did mention a bee, basically. And there was also an icon of the bee on the location you have to drop it off at. So I think we can for 100% certain say that it is a bee. However, we did have to create those, but don't worry, I've set that up as well. These are things we've done so many times that I was like, yeah, we may as well do it off camera, really. Alright, where was this? There it is, the fusion generator. Well, not fusion, but purification generator, or whatever it is. That lowers the water down even farther, to a point where we should be able to walk again. Oh, there's pulsar cords down there. Alright, there's another elevator. Let's go down. And let's see what is at the very bottom here. Oh, it's a bunch of toxic goop. Oh, that's a huge ball. Alright, well, let's start blowing stuff up. Oh, that was hiding an entire big locker, eh? Ooh, well, multiplier fuse. How nice. Alright, maybe I should not be taking a look at the things. We don't really have an easy way to get up fast, besides the elevator. Ooh, and we can go down even lower, too. Alright, sadly, that was the explosives. There's a bunch of chests here, so I imagine there's more. Not that we need it. We are done. That is full terraformation done, and tungsten grows down here too. Or is laying down here anyway. I guess it must have fallen out of this container? That is a pulsar cord container. You think there's anything behind this waterfall? Well, answer is no. Should probably look at the actual place first, because there's a lot of things around. Ooh, including a way to go down even farther. Oh, a toxic goo explosive. I don't think we're gonna need that anymore. Like, ever, basically. Hey, a message screen? I saw them. After the toxic fumes burned my skin, the guards immediately sealed off one of the entrances to the bottom of the mine. I knew there were other people still inside. At least 10 were behind me. The guards didn't hesitate for a second to sacrifice them, like squishing a bothersome insect. I heard them scream behind me before everything collapsed. But I've done the same in their place, sacrifice view to avoid a worse fate. I haven't slept for days. I heard her screams when I closed my eyes. That is pretty messed up. That must be, like, these areas, right? All of them are blocked off on all the other layers too, and it seems like the toxic artillery shell pack is now unlocked. So how nice. That does make me wonder though, like, how bloody many people did they send over to this planet? Because they've been sacrificing them kind of left and right. Alright, that was the entire circle done. I feel like in order for us to go down that ladder that I saw somewhere over here, we would have to clear the water even farther. So we need 2 more fuses, which I imagine we have at the base. Right, yeah, we have a ton of these fuses still laying about. Let's quickly go check our messages. And let's see what Dassetex has to offer for us. So in addition to a partial erasure of a criminal record, you'll be invited to participate in the 58th Intergalactic Arms Fair. Nice. So yeah, it seems like these 2 will lead to a different ending. We have to choose which one of the orders we have to fulfill, and then I imagine there's going to be another ending with the other people, maybe, or with the wardens, most likely. But we'll see. For now, let's jump back down here. Our fuses go in. Water is being drained. Then covered laser cords and magma. Pretty good combination, if you were to ask me. Climb all the way down. That is a massive drill. Oh my god. Ooh, golden chest. The golden effigy of... I'm not even sure what the heck that even would be. But did they drill like all the way to the center of the earth here? There's a bunch of just random ass loot here though. For what is presumably just a drilling operation. But this is not bloody osmium. It wasn't even blazer quartz. And there's more hidden ladders here. We went to the other side. I think we go there first before we go into the osmium cave. What is around here? A note? Some lockers? Not a blueprint chip? What is this? Here, far from scrutiny. This is the exact same message that we saw in the other place, where they said they were hiding under trees, or under the stone trees. Okay, so there's nothing special then. Probably just to kind of make sure you find that note. So what is in this osmium cave then? There is a building so far. Exoskeleton tier 5. Yeah, we found like none of those. Alright, there's nothing else here. But it does look like it goes up here, right? No. I guess this must have just been for unlocking osmium. As like an automatic resource. Okay, well, less interesting than I expected, I will admit. Well, time to climb all the way back up. In all fairness, this doesn't really look like a big tungsten mining operation. But I guess it must have been off in those corridors that they collapsed. It must have been like different ores, I guess, here. It wasn't just tungsten that they were mining. Although I imagine that was like their main primary focus and source here. But hey, with that we got a 100% global planet purification. I'm kind of surprised that Sentinel Corp didn't respond. Like a very basic message. Be like, oh, good mate. There are actually quite a few golden effigies on this planet. Alright, it's time to follow the trail of those sewer rat dudes. They said they were hiding under the stone trees, and that is where we shall be looking for them. And also, while I was setting up this entire automation line, I found another message around the prison. I was kind of confused that they didn't mention the attack on it at all, but they did. It was in one of the watchtowers that I missed. Apparently the resistance group had 31 people, but they had very poor quality weapons, so they didn't really come far, and were taken out rather quick. A few of them managed to escape, and we found one that kind of explained what happened, and he also passed away, sadly. But I imagine we're gonna learn a lot more in that very specific area for it. I'm gonna set this up as well for both of them, and then this entire process should be fully automated. Alright, I incubated a bee larva, so you can see that little bee icon at the bottom of the, like, giant information box. That is also the same one that you see on the location where you have to insert it. I'll show it in a sec when we get there. But before I go there, I'm gonna do something smart. I'm gonna bring a couple fuses, both the purification as well as the energy fusion cells. Just in case we're going to need those, I don't have to fly all the way back, because it is a decent way. And here it is, what they named the stone trees. They would look more like mushrooms to me. Alright, so we find this spiral one with, like, I guess it's a treehouse then. We go west from that into a cave. That's where we find the entrance to the sewers. Alright, here is a door. And this is the message that explains what you need. And as you can see here, there's the bee icon. So put the bee larva in there. We can climb down. This is a lot more elaborate than I expected it would be, man. Alright. There's some sleeping places here. There is a note in the dirty water. Every day we grow stronger. They found the message and believed in it, so they found us. Only the bravest and smartest join our ranks. It will soon be enough to stand upon our oppressors. All these humiliations will soon be judged. For our fallen friends, for the future, for our families. We must rise and fight. This was written by Ryudan. He was one of the ones to fall during that attack, as we read from one of the other dudes. Seems like we can go farther here too. I'm guessing we're gonna find a special item, or just more text. And this is a completely different guy again. We've managed to steal some goods from the transport trains, which allowed us to support ourselves for a bit more. Life underground isn't easy. The security situation is putting a lot of pressure on us. When I see Ryudan act, giving it all in every time he does, it gives me so much hope. Soon we will be enough, and we'll have enough weapons to carry out an attack that will deal a fatal blow to our jailers. Yeah, that didn't go so well, man. I have noticed though that these notes are very hard to read for me, man. Let's see, we can go straight or we can go off to the side here. Ooh, toxic shells. Yeah, I guess I'll take those. They have a bit better sleeping conditions here, I guess. And some still sleep on the ground next to the spores, but all in all, I'd say bunk beds are probably better. Blueprint chip as well as another message from Ryudan. Brothers, sisters, the assault is almost ready. We will attack at nightfall. With the element of surprise, believe me, we will bring down these torturers and free ourselves from our chains. Once that is done, we'll take control of the planet and restore our autonomy. After that, we'll be able to expand and convince others to rebel. Join forces and bring change to the whole universe. And their ambitions were big. Very big. And I guess the straightforward part here ends. Interesting, so there is no warden ending then? I guess there aren't really, like, any people, I suppose, to give us an ending. I mean, most of them died during the attack. Some died right after due to injuries. I'm guessing the ones that were left probably succumbed to the madness of the spore, right? That is found at in one of those caves. I'm having a quick look around. I also don't see any secret things that we can, like, break down. Yeah, I guess that was it. This didn't lead to a ending that I was expecting. I guess what could always happen is that we just have the regular Sentinel Corp ending after we're done terraforming the planet. Because what I have noticed is that if they do endings, it's typically in sets of 3. Alright, let's see how far we are here. So we got 1, 2... So we got 9 packs of the Balm. We only have 5 packs of artillery shells, so this is going rather slow. I guess to be expected, this wasn't really optimized in any capacity. Seems like sulfur is a real big problem for the shells. And these chlorine dioxides for the Balm. But at least now I know what to work on next. I'm gonna keep this for the next episode. Meaning next time, we are going to be finishing up Toxicity. I'm gonna work on a bit more TTI so we can terraform the full planet. That hopefully unlocks the Sentinel Corp ending. And I will also increase production of these bombs and shells. Then we can check out those endings. So stay tuned for the next episode, where we are going to complete every ending in the Toxicity DLC. See y'all then.